The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke, Kevin Price, and Robbie Ross. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robinson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans. I'm Sean Smoke, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports, the only weekly show dedicated to high school sports here in the 912. High school football is officially underway. I know that because on Saturday, July the 29th, 912 Sports held its 9th annual Media Day hosted by Coastal Pines Technical College. I don't mean to brag, but this year's event came back to rave reviews from all the participants. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors. Let's start out with our title sponsor, Coastal Pines Technical College. We also had 3 associate sponsors, Dr. Rusty Gibson and Gibson Animal Clinic, Prime South Bank, and also David Shields of Pro Maxima. And we appreciate all of our sponsors because without them, an event like this would never happen. I also want to give a big shout out to all the coaches and players that gave up their Saturday to come be a part of Media Day. In addition, a big thirsty thank you to Friendly Express for donating all the bottled water for Saturday's event. Last but not least, I want to give a big thank you to Preston Harvey at WJCL. He came over and covered the event, did a great piece. It's up on WJCL.com under the sports tab. Check it out when you get a second. Tonight, we're going to cover the B session of Media Day. That covered the 3A schools through the 7A schools. In addition, we're going to give a rundown of the scrimmages set up for Friday, August the 11th, right here in the 912. So go out and check out a high school football game this Friday night. Hey, stick around. All that and more right after these messages. You're watching On Air with 912 Sports.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
Welcome back, sports fans. Now on to our coaches and players. Coffee County's head coach Mike Coe confidently compares South Georgia football to the SEC. Coming into his second season, Coe has the Trojans ranked 4th in 5A.
Coming into my second year, I can say this much for sure. South Georgia football, kind of like the SEC, it just means more, just from a facility standpoint. All the help that you get, and obviously expectations are very high. The one thing I learned last year was we definitely had to get a lot faster, so we worked really, really hard on our speed and getting faster.
Having played college football for the Georgia Southern Eagles, Coach Matt Dobson returns home to lead and rebuild the beloved Statesboro Blue Devils.
Statesboro High School's got a rich tradition, multiple state championships, and a lot of winning tradition. And then since 2013, there's not been a winning season. So lots of room for improvement, but I really like our group we got back. I got there in February and got to work with these guys in weight training class and doing a lot of weight training, speed training, and then some work before school in the mornings, and I really like our group. We've weeded through some guys and got the right group on the bus right now, so I really like our group. We've had a great spring, great summer, attended some paddy camps, some 7-on-7s, and I think we got the right character guys to be a decent football team.
Coach Jason Strickland and his Ware County Gators won it all in 2022. Coming into 23, Coach Strickland feels he has several players who could step up and become the total package for the Gators this year.
A 3-year starter, really a 4-year starter for us. Demetrius Baldwin, around Ware County, we know him as Meatball. And then we got Jamar Burden as a defensive end, anchor of our offensive line, left tackle Charvon Pierre, not Pierre, A, or how we say it. And then, the leader of our secondary, really kind of our second and third level back there, probably our best special teams players. The kick's going to be blocked or scooped. It's probably going to be Jaden Jones. These guys represent everything we want in our football program, and I'll say, not are they only just guys that run really fast and are physical and are strong and all those things that you want as a football player, but they are elite in the classroom as well, and that's they are the total package.
All 912 Sports defensive lineman Demetrius Baldwin tells us what the 5A state championship meant to the Waycross community.
All right, man. Obviously, thanks for being here. Y'all are not fresh off the state championship, but y'all won a state championship last year, looking to have another good run at Ware County. But let's go back to last year. I know the coaches wanted it bad. The players wanted it bad. Obviously, the Waycross community had been longing for a state championship, but as y'all saw that stadium full of Ware County people up there after y'all won it, as y'all had the victory parade and maybe so many people congratulating you, did you realize just how bad or what this state championship meant to a community until y'all actually saw what it meant?
Honestly, when we first got it, we found out we were going to the state championship game. We realized that day when we beat Dutchtown, that we realized the team and the community really wanted it so bad, being the first championship to come through Ware County. And we stepped outside the stadium, coming out of the locker room at the state championship game, and it was completely full. It was like almost all of Ware County came, and it was just great to see everybody behind us. So it pushed us even more and even harder when we stepped out on the field.
This season, the Brunswick High Pirates suffered a tragic loss of Michael Ellis. And as a tribute, the Pirate family has dedicated the 2023 football season to Michael.
This is also an exciting time because, you know, football season is right around the corner, whether it be next week or the week after that, where you scrimmage. So it's always exciting to come to media days. Just to start out, I'd like to introduce our guys that we brought today. J.R. Elkins, our quarterback, number 5. Number 1, Tyler Sams, defensive back. Number 0, Terry Mitchell, receiver. And number 88, Danye Broughton, defensive line. And these guys had their world turned upside down on June 13th. We lost one of our players. His name is Markel Ellis. And I want to say thank you to all the coaches and teammates for your prayers, your thoughts and prayers, and reaching out and checking on us. But moving forward, after that, we've had a great season. I mean, great off season. We definitely have a purpose in what we're playing for and dedicating the season to Michael.
All 912 Sports quarterback J.R. Elkins pays tribute to his fallen teammate.
Well, obviously at Brunswick High, you guys are all about the family. Right. Obviously, y'all lost a teammate this summer in an unfortunate incident, and I know that hit the team hard, and certainly was a distraction, and I know him and his family have been on your minds all summer and will continue to do so. But just talk about maybe what that going through that was like for you and the guys, and just kind of what the rest of the season is going to be like from here on out, you know, kind of dealing with that on a daily basis.
Yes, sir. So it really hit home hard knowing that we had lost a brother that day. So we was at an OTA in Ware County. It was a 707, actually, I'm sorry. We was at a 707 in Ware County. We was having a great day. I mean, I was able to throw him a couple of passes, enjoying the bus ride back on the bus. We rapping, having fun on the bus, and just knowing or just cherishing the good moments with him was like a key factor in all our lives. Like, it was never a dull moment with him. He always made you laugh. He always made you smile. You never heard of him getting in trouble. He was never a problem kid. So, like, him being taken away from us, it's like it was real painful because we had never thought it'd end up that way. So, us coming together like as a team and just be able to talk about what's going on and how you feel, us basically bonding more together as a team, that was really helpful. And just everybody in the community coming together, helping us out, giving us a nice little talk on the situation and asking us how we feel, and just somebody to talk to. So the community, I really appreciate the community and what they did for us, coming to talk to us, making sure it was okay. So the way we keying in with the fact that with Michael and being gone is we dedicating the whole season towards him. So he was just a big factor in our life, and he'd have a spot in our hearts.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
The Effingham Rebels were one win away from winning a region championship in 2022. Losing a number of important contributors to graduation, a few key players returned for 2023, including quarterback Nate Hayes.
I want to give all the players in the room credit. You guys have had a great high school career. I've seen a bunch of you guys on film, coaching against a bunch of you guys. Your freshman year started off with COVID and everything else. And you guys have battled, and you guys have endured, and you guys are great, obviously, because you're here. You're great representatives of your community, your coach, and your program, and you should be honored to be here, and we're grateful to share this event with you. I'm going to brag on my guys for a second, too. We've got number 8, Christian Dillon, who plays defensive line for us and plays some H-back and some Y. He's played for 4 years at Effingham County. He played before I got there, and just does an unbelievable job as a great young man. Jaden Evans, number 5, tailback and linebacker. He was an all-region tailback last year, and just an unbelievable young man. Great to have in the locker room. Brady Meglin, another guy who's played for the better part of 4 years for Effingham County. He's man down center. He's man down guard. He can play tackle in a pinch. And then Nate Hayes, quarterback. He's played some receiver as a sophomore. He's the valedictorian of the high school. And all 4 of these guys are everything that is true, everything that is great about being a high school coach. And high school football in their town and their community is proud of them. And I am proud and I am honored to be standing on the stage with them.
912 Sports Scholar Athlete Nate Hayes talks about the pressure that comes with being a quarterback for the Rebels.
All right, Nate, thanks for being here with us today, representing the Rebels from Effingham here at the 912 Sports Media Day. Obviously, a big season ahead for you guys there in Springfield, but let's kind of start with talking about you, then we'll talk a little bit more about some other things. But you're a quarterback that always brings a certain amount of pressure, but you're certainly one of the better players here in the 912 area code. Just talk about how you deal with that pressure of being a star player, being a guy that the team rallies around, knowing that you need to perform well every week. Just talk about the pressure that comes with playing quarterback and how you deal with it.
Well, I don't really like to think of it as more so pressure. I more like to think of it as I play and I work to a standard that I raise myself to, and whatever comes with that is just gonna have to come with that. And you just, as a quarterback, you can't shy away from the moment. You have to be a leader, a vocal leader. You have to lead by example, and you have to lead your teammates to a higher level, that higher level of play. And as a quarterback, that's just what you have to do. That just comes with the job, that comes with the territory. And you can't be afraid of the pressure. You can't be afraid of the criticism, because at the end of the day, diamonds form under pressure.
In 2022, Glenn Academy's head coach Rocky Hidalgo brought a long snapper and a punter to the 912 Sports Media Day, a telltale sign of a rebuild. But excited for the 2023 season, Hidalgo all but guarantees a playoff spot for the Red Terrors this year.
As we look on, last year when I showed up here, I brought a kicker and a deep snapper with me. Didn't bode well. We spent the last couple of years, we had our senior class had about 7 kids in it going into June. And we were very fortunate. We got a couple of kids to walk out of the halls and come out and play football, and a couple of move-ins. I got a 6'5", 325-pound offensive guard, offensive and defensive lineman moved in for Virginia. I remember we walked in, we needed some linemen. He walked in the building, I was like, oh my God, look at that guy wander in. He had never played football before. He came from a school system that didn't have football. He grew up playing soccer. That was the year we had in 2022. Our kids fought really hard. I think we lost a very close game and had the ball on the 6-yard line at the end and lost to Northside in the first round of the playoffs. But the last 2 years have been tough because we had a group of kids, our seniors last year, wasn't indicative of what we've done over the past decade at Glenn Academy. I'm like correction, said 9 times. I think this year will be when we come back this year, will be our 10th in the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs in 2023. We're going to have a good football team. We got 27 seniors. It's the biggest senior class we've had since we played in the semifinals in 2017, I believe that was. This is going to be a really good football team for us. We return our entire secondary back, 3 of our 4 starting linemen, our linebackers, and 4 guys who played a ton for us on the defensive line, in addition to a lot of skill on offense. Ryan will be his first year playing quarterback, but he's worked tremendously hard over the offseason, turned himself and learned the game, learned what he's supposed to do. Changed up a lot of what we're doing offensively. We've been a gun triple team. We've moved away from that, kind of fit our skill that we've had, made some coaching changes, and I think that's made a big difference in who we are kind of in the weight room, on the practice field, the identity and chemistry of our football team.
If Matt Poisky and his fellow offensive linemen play up to their potential, he feels running back Greg Peacock will have many chances to score in 2023.
Awesome. And talk about, obviously you play offensive line there at Glenn. Y'all got one of the best running backs in the state, certainly one of the best here in the 912 area code, and Greg Peacock. But what's it like to block for him every day in practice and just see maybe some of the things he does, and then certainly see him running into that end zone on a Friday night?
So as long as you do your job, he's going to get the ball in the end zone for sure. It's a good time just to be able to watch that happen. It's a lot of fun blocking for him for sure.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
The legendary coach Jeff Herron, the only coach in the 912, heck, the only coach in Georgia who can say he's won 5 state championships, gives us his thought on 2023.
Good morning, guys. Appreciate you having me. Sean, it's a great event. Thanks for inviting us. And again, I was thinking on my way over here how many of these I've actually been to in my life. The answer is too many, I'll assure you. So, the young man had said I was legendary. You guys out here in the audience, you know what that means? I'm old, okay? I've been doing this a long time. I said they start calling you legendary when they don't want to say this guy's too old, So, but I do appreciate the opportunity to be here. Guys, you know why you're sitting here? You know why your coaches picked you? Because you're great kids. We don't bring bad kids as coaches. We don't bring bad kids to media day. All right? We've all got some, we've all got some on our team that don't do things right, that they're always having to follow and chase and do all that. But the guys we take to media day are guys we love and trust, and we know that they're winners on and off the field. So I've got 3 good ones up here, I promise you that, and I'm going to introduce them here. I'm going to start on my right. This is Jamarlee Riddle. Jamarlee plays safety and running back for us and returns kicks and everything else. He will not come off the field this year unless he hides and gets away from me. He'll be out there, but he's a great young man, a great player. He's actually committed to East Carolina right now. On my left, this is Jaden Daly. Jaden is coach's dream. Absolutely works hard every day. Have to get on him about working hard, too hard after practice and things like that. One of the strongest kids on our team. Not sure where he's going to go to school yet. Me and his dad, he's been offered by the Naval Academy. So it tells you what kind of kid he is. Me and his dad are trying to convince him to do that. But he hadn't made up his mind yet. He plays fullback for us and some linebacker. And the big one behind me here, Mr. Personality, this is Denigel Cooper. Denigel was a star player for us last year, and he's gotten even bigger and stronger and faster. Literally the fastest guy on our team based on our catapult information that we wear at his size. So he has got a lot of talent, a great young man. He is committed to, what's the name of that school? Oh yeah, Appalachian State. So we're very excited about the year these guys have in front of them. They're great leaders for us, great kids, just like all you all are. And I'm glad to get an opportunity to coach them.
All 912 Sports defensive lineman Denigel Cooper talks about the Camden County expectations for the upcoming season.
People are expecting big things out of the Wildcats again, maybe taking another step. Y'all took some steps forward last year. Talk about your own expectations, or are the Cats expecting big things out of themselves?
Yeah, everybody expecting big expectations out of us, and I feel like for ourselves, like we push ourselves every day to be the best, compete in the weight room every day. I'm telling you, it get crazy in the weight room. Music be bumping, and we do that because we know we want to be the best version of ourselves. Anybody we play, we expect to beat them. It don't matter who it is. That's our expectations right now.
With a young squad in 2022, Richmond Hill's introduction to 7A did not go as planned. But Coach Matt Lazada and the Wildcats entered the 2023 season with more experience and a lot more confidence that they can play with the big boys.
You know, we've grown so much and grown up so much. And I got these two guys with me, they're rising juniors, Thomas Zimbalati on the offensive line, Blake Williams, kicker. These guys are extraordinary, and they're different. They're different from other guys that show up and play. And the most important thing is how valuable they are to our team, not just on the field, but off the field. And the example that they set, the performance on the field speaks for itself. But it's the performance off the field that make me proud of these guys, to coach these guys, and part of our family. So congratulations, you guys, being selected to the 912 team. Thank y'all for coming on. So, you know, you mentioned that we first year in 7A, that wasn't the difficult part. The difficult part was everything that led into that. Our non-region schedule, our region schedule. There wasn't a week off. We played extremely talented teams from start to finish. Effingham, Ware, New Hampstead, Coffee, and then naming our four region opponents. It's about as good a football as you can play. And we chose to do that. You know, we met as a staff and we said, hey, and Coach Aaron, there were sophomores last year, not juniors. So they're going to be juniors this year. So,
closing out this week's show, the Wayne County Yellow Jackets experienced one of the greatest turnarounds of a single season in GHSA history. They went from a winless 2021 season to the semifinals of 4A in 2022. Coach J-Bo Shaw says it was simply a belief in each other.
All right, like I had mentioned, man, you know, there's no mastermind behind it. About the turnaround last year, just very thankful that I got to coach the guys that were in that locker room. And I think it went back just to the guys' willingness to be coached. We talk about that in our program. Are you a guy that's going to accept coaching or not? You know, just being the willingness to be coached and to be corrected, to be called out when needed to, and respond the right way. And that's what we talked about. It was last year we had a bunch of guys that responded the right way, that accepted the challenge, that was tired of losing, and you know, very thankful that those guys were in that locker room and just the willingness to be coached. The other part was, man, don't ever underestimate the power of belief. The power of belief is a strong deal, man. We probably won some games that when you look at it on paper and stats and all this stuff, you probably shouldn't have won. But we find a way to win 2 overtime games. We find a way to win some really close games there at the end in the playoffs, and you find a way to win, period. And that to me, that just boils down to belief. Don't ever underestimate the power of belief. And we are nowhere close to where we need to be. We got a long journey ahead, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And our players understand that as well. Like I said, we talk about selflessness in our program. How can you be selfless? Because I think a lot of in this world right now, there's a lot of selfish people, a lot of selfish things out there to very easily gravitate to. So how do you become selfless? For us, there's 2 really simple ways. How you prepare. It don't matter if that's a game, practice, weight room, whatever it is. How you prepare, because you've got to give up something. You got to give up time. You got to do something to get your mindset ready to be prepared to do whatever you do. The other part is how hard you play on Friday night. That's, again, there's no gray area there. When you turn on the tape, does it lie? I love the saying, there's 2 things that'll never lie, the mirror and the film. Those are 2 things that'll never lie to you. So how do we become more selfless in our everyday actions? And you know, obviously we talk about scheme and we have our schemes and all that, but when it boils down to our program, it's going to be our family and how selfless can I be. And I think, and obviously believe it. When those 3 things, man, I think that gives you at least a chance. So again, just extremely grateful to be standing up here representing Wayne County. We've got several great matchups on our schedule. Got a lot of respect for the teams on our schedule. We play in some great Friday night atmospheres, play against great coaches, great players, and I wouldn't have it any other way. A bunch of communities that care about football, and set you up for hopefully a playoff run. And then just the last couple of points, I'm not going to take a ton of time. Just, again, coaches in this room, thank you. I appreciate what you do. Coach Strickland, congrats, man. Awesome job winning a state championship, bringing it back to the 912. But I am extremely grateful for the men in this room and what you stand for. And keep fighting a good fight, right? Keep fighting a good fight. And I am, again, just overwhelmed with gratitude that I get to be in this room with these coaches and be a part of it. I think just the last part, I know I sound like a great, broken record as far as gratefulness, but that we talk about in our program, so grateful to be representing Wayne County football program, being able to stand here as the head football coach, even more importantly, just representing our community in Wayne County. And it's a great place to be. Our coaches love it, our families love it, and very thankful to be here. Just the last point, man, don't you ever forget, it's the hard that makes it good. It's the hard. Anything worth having, it don't come easy. Whether that's a coach's journey, or whether it's your journey as a player, or even when you walk across that stage, it's the hard that makes it good. Don't buy into the easiness. And once you quit, every time it gets easier and easier to quit something. So man, I got a lot of respect for you guys, players in this room, what you stand for. You got great coaches. Man, I wish you best of luck. Continue to represent your community and your program with a lot of pride. And let's go get a state championship, bring it back to the 912 area. So I appreciate it, guys. Go Jackets.
Stick around. We'll have more On Air with 912 Sports right after these messages.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.